do today is we're going to make this class as easy to follow as possible. I am going to be cueing some breathing sometimes, but not all the time. And yeah, we're just going to try to kind of make it nice and easy to follow. That is not necessarily easy to do. Full body, yeah, all you need is a mat. So we're going to slowly start. And let's slowly start this, guys, just with a few shoulder circles, yeah? So sitting or standing, whatever you find more comfortable, it really doesn't matter. And we're going to do some nice big circles with the shoulders. If you have been sat at your desk already this morning and the neck, upper back, shoulders are getting a bit tight, this is a really good place to start. And I recommend this more than stretching. Stretching the neck, if you're tight and if you're not warmed up, isn't really a great idea. Okay, so let's go back the other way. So we're going to circle. And as you do this, you might hear a few kind of sounds popping out of the shoulders. And when the body makes these weird kind of knacks and cricks, really doesn't matter as long as they don't hurt. If they don't hurt, then don't worry about it. And if they do hurt, then you have to think, okay, what's going on? All right, guys. So let's just gently turn the head now. We're going to turn the head over the shoulder. So taking the chin over the shoulder and then back into the middle. And we're going to go the other way. Over the shoulder and then back into the middle. Okay, let's look down at the floor. And then we're going to look forwards. And then we'll look up to the ceiling. And then we'll look forwards again. All right, so the next one, we're going to take hands on shoulders, yeah? Hands on shoulders, these are elbow circles. And this one on me is really noisy when I do it. There's always a few knacks and knicks that come out. This is a great exercise, guys, at really getting some blood into the middle back. As you do these, there's going to be quite a lot of movement in the shoulder blades. Okay, we can't see the shoulder blades, obviously, they're stuck on the back of the rib cage. But when they get kind of a bit blocked and all the muscles around there get a bit blocked and tight, that can be very uncomfortable, can eventually lead to headaches. Okay, so let's go back the other way. Nice and big. Clunk, clunk, clunk. My shoulders are definitely feeling a little bit crunchy as I do this, but it's totally pain-free. If you do get pain when doing this, you just have to reduce the range of movement until there is no pain at all. So it might be a bit exhausting, it might be a bit loud, but it should be pain-free. Okay, good. All right, so let's take one hand on the mat. So if you're not sat down already, this is a good chance to sit down. We're going to take the other arm up to the side of the head, and then we're just going to exhale, slowly reach over, and then inhaling back. Let's do that again. Exhaling over, inhaling back. Okay, let's do two more. Exhaling over, inhaling back. And one more. Exhaling over, inhaling back. Okay, we're going to do that on the other side. So stretch the arm up to the ceiling, and we'll take an inhale. And exhaling, stretching over, inhaling back, exhaling over, inhaling back, exhaling over, inhaling back. Okay, let's do one more. Exhaling over, inhaling back. All right, nice. Okay, guys, we're going to come round to sitting. Let's take the feet hip distance apart. I'm just going to pop my hands underneath the knees, and I'm going to start with a long flat back. So on this one, you want to curve the pelvis under and rock back just a little bit, looking down at the floor. And then we're going to come forwards, looking forwards and taking the spine straight. So you're going to curve on back and look down, come forwards, straight back, and look out. Let's do that a few more times, guys. So what this is doing is just slowly mobilizing the lumbar pelvic region, which is just a posh way of saying it's moving your lower back and your hip joint pelvis a little bit. Okay, let's do 2 more. So we're rocking back and then coming forwards. And 1 more, rocking back and then coming forwards. Okay, so let's carry on with this mobility and we'll come around onto all fours. So next we're going to do cat stretches. Cat stretches, guys, this is not cat-cow, by the way. Cat stretches, we're going to start in a long flat back. And what we'll do is we're going to drop the head, curl the pelvis under, so you're really arching up to the ceiling. And then when you come through, you're going to come through to a long flat back. So keep your focus just to the end of the mat. Let's do a few more of these. So we're going to curve on up. So that's dropping the head, curving the pelvis under, and then coming through to a long flat back. And again, dropping the head, curling the pelvis under, coming through to a long flat back. All right, let's do 2 more of these. Keep breathing through. So dropping the head, curling the pelvis under, and then coming through to a long flat back. All right, let's do 1 more. We're going to drop the head, curve the pelvis under, and then come through to a long flat back. All right, let's take toes together, knees apart. This is basically child's pose, guys. A long spine stretch back. See if you can get your butt on the heels of your feet. We're going to drop the head down onto the floor. Let's stay here for 3 deep breaths. Yeah, we'll take an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay, so let's just gently roll back up here, guys. Nice and easy. And let's come around to sitting cross-legged again. I'm going to face the front. Okay, so as I said at the beginning, sometimes I'm going to cue the breathing, sometimes not, because it can be a little bit overwhelming at first. But let's do a little breathing exercise now. Take the hands onto the ribs, round about here. And we're going to take an inhale with the nose, expanding the rib cage. And an exhale out through your mouth, like you're blowing out a candle or like you've got a straw in your mouth. That's a forced exhale. So we'll take an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's do 2 more. Inhaling and exhaling. And 1 more. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay, good. So back to that position we were in earlier, guys, but slightly modified. So feet hip distance apart. This time we're going to reach the arms forwards. Going to keep the spine in a curve. These are called half roll backs. We're still just going to rock back and forwards. So let's rock back and then keep the curve as you come forwards. Gently rocking back and forwards. Back and forwards. Back and forward. So let's pop in the breathing now, yeah? So let's take an exhale to rock back and an inhale to come forwards. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock forwards. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock forwards. Let's do 1 more. Exhale, rock back. Inhaling forwards. All right, let's roll all the way down to the floor now. So do this as slowly as you can. And the idea is here that you're going to get each vertebra separately on the floor as you take the head all the way down eventually. Okay, so when you've got the head down, we're going to stretch both legs forwards. I've got the feet flexed here. I'm going to reach the arms over the head, so I'm into a nice big stretched out position. And then from here, I'm going to push through the heel of my right foot. So it's like I'm reaching my right leg along the mat. And then I'm going to swap. So now I'm pushing through the heel of the left foot. So that's lengthening down the left leg. I can feel it stretching into the left side. 2 more times. We're going to push through the heel of the right foot. And 1 more. Let's push through the heel of the left foot. Okay, so from here, let's bring the right leg into the chest. So some more breaths here. Let's take 4 deep breaths. We'll take an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay, so let's swap legs over. We'll bring the left leg in. 4 more deep breaths. Off we go. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, guys, let's put both feet on the floor now. And we're going to do what I call slow hip rolls, yeah? So for this one, let's start with the arms reaching up. And what we're going to do first is curve the pelvis under. I'm taking the lower back onto the floor, and then I'm going to keep rolling all the way up, vertebra for vertebra. From here, take the arms over the head, back of the hand on the floor. Then you want to roll down again through the spine. If you can, keep the hands on the floor. They might pop up. That's okay. And then we're going to take the arms back to the ceiling. Let's do that 3 more times. So we're going to curve the pelvis under and roll vertebra for vertebra up. Take the arms all the way over the head. Let the shoulders come up to the ears. Let the back of the hand go onto the floor. We're going to roll back down gently through the spine, taking the lower back onto the mat and then all the way through. And then you're going to bring your arms back up to the ceiling. And again, curving the pelvis under, rolling vertebra for vertebra up. Taking the arms all the way over the head. Rolling back down again, gently through the spine. And then bringing the arms back to the ceiling. Let's do it one last time. So curving the pelvis under, rolling vertebra for vertebra up, taking the arms all the way over the head, rolling back down gently vertebra for vertebra, bringing the arms all the way back up to the ceiling. Okay, let's take the hands onto the floor and we're going to roll onto the side next because we're going to wake up the leg and the hip. So I'm lying here, I've got my spine straight, legs are slightly bent, heels of the feet in line with the spine. I'm going to put my hand on the floor. Let's lift the top leg, foot flexed, knee forwards. And we're just going to push out 10 times and then back. Pushing out and back. And push and back. And push and back. And push and back. Keep going. 5 more. Push and back. And push and back. And push and back. Okay, 2 more. Push and back. The next one, we're going to push and we're going to stop. So let's do 10 circles. Keep them quite small. Keep the pelvis as still as you can. Well, that's about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, good. Back the other way. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and bring that leg back in again. Okay, so I could feel that definitely by the end there, working into the outside of my hip. What it felt like, I'd probably describe as a kind of light burn, a bit of a light kind of burn. That's good. If you can get that feeling in the muscles, that means that the blood is pumping there, and that's what we want to do. So let's take the hand on the floor. We're going to lift the top leg, foot flex, knee forwards, and we're going to push out 10 times. 1, 2, keep breathing through. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 2 more, guys. 9, and we're going to stop out on 10. So here come the circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the other way. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, bring that leg all the way back in. Okay, nice, guys. Let's come back up to sitting. So we've pumped blood there into the outside of the hip, into the leg a little bit. Let's pump some blood into the middle back. And I think probably the most effective way to do this is this next exercise. It's a nice one for a warm-up. So I've got a fist here with my hand. I've got roughly 90 degrees at the elbow, elbow in line with the shoulder. And we're going to open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, keep going, 13, 14, 15, nearly there, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, relax the arms down again. That is an exercise, guys, that if you want to do later, you can do that with kilos, yeah? Even 1 or 2 kilos is enough. You'll really feel it working into the deltoid and also into muscles in and around the shoulder blade. Okay, so let's take it now into some spine twists. So we're going to link the fingers together here. It's like you're holding on to a nice big beach ball. I've got my shoulder blades back and down, and let's rotate round. So I'm looking at the hands here. Then I'm going to turn my head and look over my shoulder. Come back and look at the hands again, and then move back into the middle. So we're going to rotate around the other way, turn the head over the shoulder, coming back to the hands, into the middle. Okay, let's do 2 more. So rotating round, turning the head over the shoulder, coming back to the hands, and then into the middle. Okay, 1 more. We're going to rotate round, head over shoulder, back to the hands, into the middle. All right, so from here, we're going to push the hands forwards and definitely let your shoulders come up to the ears. Don't try to keep them down here. We're going to take an inhale, and on the exhale, a long stretch over. Inhaling back, exhaling over, inhaling back. Let's do 2 more. Exhaling over, inhaling back, and last one, exhaling over, inhaling back. All right, lovely. Open the arms all the way out, and we're going to go onto all fours now. This exercise is still primarily to work into the back, but there's a little bit of stability involved as well. We're going to do opposite arm and leg on all fours, guys, yeah? So take your wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. We're keeping the spine long and straight. Let's stretch the opposite arm and leg off the floor, and then put it back, and then we'll do the other side. So reach and back. Let's do 10 of these, and exhale to reach, inhale, come back, exhaling, reach, inhaling back, exhaling, reach, inhaling, good. Okay, let's do 5 more. Exhaling, reach, inhaling back, exhaling, reach, inhaling back. We'll do 2 more. Exhaling, reach, inhaling back. Last one, guys. Exhaling, reach, and stop. We're going to hold it here. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's do that on the other side. So reach the opposite arm and leg. Hold it for 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, we're going back into that long spine stretch again. So take toes together, knees apart. Reach the arms forwards, take the forehead on the floor, and this time we're going to walk the hands off the mat and first round to the right, yeah? Let's take 2 breaths here. We'll take an inhale, And exhale. Inhaling. And exhaling. Okay, coming back into the middle. So we'll do it the other side. So I'm really walking my hands around to the left. I'm putting my chest on my left thigh. Drop the head down. 2 breaths. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Okay, coming back onto the mat. And let's try to roll up from the belly to the head. So pull the belly back. You're going to roll back up vertebra for vertebra, leaving the head till the end. All right, good. We're going to go a little bit more dynamic now, guys, into the core. And for that exercise, let's lie down. And we're going to keep the head on the mat for now, but we will lift it up in a minute. So let's stretch the right leg forwards. Yeah, keep the left leg on the floor. I've got the right foot flexed. And yeah, let's take the hands onto the hips. You want to keep the pelvis nice and still. So let's lift the leg. We're going to lift it all the way up. And as you do that, you want to pull your belly gently through to the lower back. And then we're going to put it back down. Let's do it on an exhale, guys. So exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. Let's do 4 more. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. We're going to do 2 more. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. Last one. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. All right, let's do that on the other side. And listen, don't worry if your leg's not perfectly straight. Absolutely doesn't matter at all. But do keep the back of the pelvis in contact with the floor and keep the legs strong. Yeah, so pull up the front of the thigh, keep the foot flexed. If you can do all that on an exhale, then brilliant. So let's take an inhale to prepare and exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. 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 2 more, guys. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. Last one. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. All right, so that was waking up what I would call the lower bit of the abdominal wall and the core, yeah? Hip flexors as well. Let's now go higher up the abdominal wall. So I'm talking round about here, this bit here. And we're going to link the fingers together behind the head. We're going to lift the head up. Yeah, up and down. We're going to do 8 times again. And when you lift up, make sure that you're looking roughly where your trackies meet your t-shirt, around that area there. Okay, let's take an inhale and exhale, lift and back and lift and back and lift and back and lift and back. 4 more, guys, and lift and back and lift and back. 2 more and lift and back. 1 more and lift and back. Okay, let's relax a second. What we're going to do next is mix those 2 together. So we're going to be lifting the head and the leg 8 times on each side. So guys, this time when you do it, when you lift the head and the leg, make sure that your belly is pulling back and down. You don't want to see it pushing forwards. If it's pulling back and down, it means you're really engaging the core as much as possible. That's what we want. So off we go. Let's take an inhale and exhale, lift. Inhale back. 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 2 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale back. Last one. Exhale, lift. Inhale back. Okay, nice. So let's do that on the other side, and you should be feeling it all the way down the front here now. I definitely am. So off we go. Let's take an inhale and exhale, lift. Inhale back. Exhale, lift. Inhale back. Exhale, lift. Inhale, back. Exhale, lift. Inhale, back. Exhale, lift. Inhale, back. Exhale, lift. Inhale, back. Let's do two more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, back. Last one. Exhale, lift. Inhale, back. All right, nice guys. Let's take both both feet onto the mat. Hands on the rib cage. 2 deep breaths here just to relax. Let's take an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, let's go back onto the sides again, but this time we're going to have both legs straight. Keep the hand on the floor, yeah. And the way to get as straight as possible, guys, top tip, is just to line yourself up with the edge of your mat. So I've got ankle, knee, hip, yeah, side of the rib cage here, armpit, arm, pretty much on a straight line. And if you get there and it feels a bit wobbly, you're probably in the right position. So let's lift both legs up together. Off we go. We're going to do 10. So lifting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, relax a second. We're going to do that one more time, but this time we're going to lift the head as well. So target muscles now, and not just the legs and around here, but when we lift the head up, it's really great if you can feel something working around the waist, just about here where I've got my hand. Okay, so off we go. Let's do 10 and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, keep going guys, 5, this one's a bit harder, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Oh, yeah, I definitely feel that by the end. All right guys, so we're going to do that on the other side. Yeah. And now you know what it is. Let's pop in the breathing on this one. It is a really nice one to do with the breathing, which means we're going to be lifting the legs on the exhale. Yeah, so off we go. Let's take an inhale to prepare and exhale, lift, inhale back, exhale, lift, inhale back, exhale, lift, inhale back, exhale, lift, inhale back, exhale, lift, inhale back. 5 more. Exhale, lift, inhale back. Exhale, lift, inhale back, exhale, lift, inhale back. 2 more. Exhale, lift, inhale back. Last one. Exhale, lift, inhale back. All right, let's relax a second. And then we're going to lift the head and the legs. Still on an exhale. Off we go. Let's take an inhale and exhale, lift, inhale back. 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 2 more. Exhale, lift, inhale back. Last one. Exhale, lift, inhale back. All right, lovely guys. So from here we're going to push up to sitting again. So we've done quite a lot from this position today. So let's add in now some rollbacks with some rotations. This will start to work into our obliques. Obliques, guys, are these muscles down the side of the torso here. They make up part of the abdominal wall and they're quite good at stabilizing the pelvis as well. So let's take the arms out in front. We're going to roll the shoulders back and down, and it's like, again, we're hugging onto a massive beach ball. So we're going to curve the pelvis under first, and then you want to rotate round to one side. We're going to come back into the middle and then take the spine straight. So curve the pelvis under, round the other side, back into the middle, bring the spine straight. Curve the pelvis under, round to the side, back to the middle, then come straight. Keep going. Curve the pelvis under, rotate round, back to the middle, come back straight. Curve the pelvis under, rotate round, back into the middle, come back straight, curve the pelvis under, rotating round, back into the middle, come back straight. Let's do 2 more, yeah? Curve the pelvis under, rotating round, back into the middle, then come straight. Last one, curve the pelvis under, rotating round, back into the middle, and then come up straight. All right, nice guys. Let's lie down next. I'm going to spin around this way because of the sun. And it's going to get a bit serious now. This is going to get very, very Pilates, guys. We're going to do the 100. Yeah, I'm going to do it with the full kind of normal Pilates cueing. If you're familiar with this, brilliant. If you're unfamiliar with this, either just have a look or just do as best as you can and don't get put off by all the cues and all the breathing. This is going to be super Pilates, this bit. So I'm going to do this exercise with straight legs, but I'm going to make sure that I've got my core here and the lower bit of my abdominal wall really, really engaged, yeah? So I'm not going to feel any tension in the lower back when I do this. Yeah, so make sure if you're doing it with legs straight, you don't take the legs too low, but also it's totally fine just to do it with the legs up in tabletop like that. Okay, so let's get into it nice and easy though. We're going to bring both legs up into the chest. Okay, hug them in. We're going to roll the shoulders open, lengthen out the spine. And you're going to pull your lower belly through to your lower back. Yeah, that's keeping everything locked in. We want to keep that. Let's lift the head up, look down at the bottom of your t-shirt, top of your trackies. We're going to stretch both arms forwards to hip height, and you can keep the legs in tabletop or extend, and then off we go. We're going to inhale 2, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale. That's halfway, guys. Inhale 2, 4, 5, and exhale, push 3, 4, 5, and inhale 2, 4, 5, and exhale, push 3, 4, 5, and inhale 2, 4, 5, and exhale, push 3, 4, 5, and inhale 2, 4, 5, and exhale, push 3, 4, 5, inhale 2, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely, guys. Let's bring the knees back into the chest. Head, shoulders, arms back down. Hug the knees in. And we're going to do a gentle little stretch next for the back. So let's roll the shoulders open, lengthen out the spine. I'm rolling round now onto my right shoulder with my legs bent. I'm going to take my left arm up to the ceiling, straight. My right hand pushing down on my legs. And let's take an inhale. On the exhale, you're going to follow the hand, open out the rib cage, rotate round, and see if you can get the back of the hand on the floor. And then we're going to bring it back to the ceiling on the inhale. So a nice big exhale here, guys. It does really help this move. And then inhaling back. Let's do 2 more. Exhale to open. Inhaling back. And 1 more. Exhale to open. Inhaling back. Okay, good. So let's roll around onto the left shoulder now. So that means taking the left hand on top of the knees, right arm up to the ceiling. I've got the back of the hand, back of the head rather, on the floor. So let's take an inhale. And on the exhale, I'm opening that arm as far as I can, all the way to the floor if possible. Inhaling, coming back. Exhale to open. Inhaling back. Exhale to open. Inhaling back. Last one. Exhaling, open. Inhaling back. All right, nice. So let's roll onto the back again. We'll take the feet hip distance apart. Let's put the hands on the side of the rib cage. We're going to take 2 deep breaths. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Okay, another fairly serious Pilates exercise coming up next. This one's a little bit easier though. It's full roll-ups, yeah? So I've got my legs hip distance apart. Feet definitely flex, so I can really switch on the quads and the hip flexors. Arms up to the ceiling to start. And then we're going to gently take the arms all the way back and over the head. All right, so off we go. We're going to bring the arms to the ceiling. And then you're going to lift the head and curve all the way up and over the legs. Start to move back again. And then roll the spine all the way down. Arms go back and over the head one more time. So arms to the ceiling. And then all the way up and over. Start to move back. And then roll back down. Let's do 2 more. Arms to the ceiling. And all the way up and over. Start to move back. And then roll back down. Okay, let's do 1 more. Arms to the ceiling. And then all the way over. Start to roll back. And then all the way down. All right, so guys, just relax here on the floor a second. So now you know what that move is. Let's pop in the breathing. The breathing does massively help with this one. So if you were struggling to get your head and shoulders up off the floor at the beginning, if you do that bit on a massive exhale, it makes a huge difference. So let's do it 1 more time, guys. We're going to take an inhale to reach the arms up to the ceiling. On the exhale, float the arms back and over the head. Then we're ready to go. So inhale, arms to the ceiling. Massive exhale, curve all the way up and over. Inhale, start to move back. And then exhale, roll back down. Inhaling, arms to the ceiling. And exhaling, curving up and over. Inhaling, moving back. And exhaling, rolling down. Let's do 2 more. Inhaling, arms to the ceiling. And exhaling, curving up and over. Inhaling, moving back. And exhaling, rolling down. We're going to do 1 more. Inhaling, arms to the ceiling. And exhale, curving up and over. Guys, we're going to stay curved up and over here. Let's roll up straight through the spine. And we're going to try rolling like a ball. This is quite a fun one to do. Make sure that your mat is thick enough. If you've just got one very thin yoga mat on a hard floor, that might not be so comfortable. But if you've got a couple of yoga mats and you've got it on a carpet, that'll be fine. So feet together, knees together. I've got my hands just under the knees here. I'm going to curve the pelvis under first. So I've rocked quite far back. Lift one leg and then the other leg off the floor, and let's roll back. We're just going to roll back onto the shoulder blades. So let's take a roll back. We're curving the pelvis under to roll back, and then you want to catch the balance as you come up. So curve the pelvis under, rolling back, and catch the balance as you come up. Curve the pelvis under, rolling back, catch the balance as you come up. Keep going, guys. Curve the pelvis under, rolling back, and then catch the balance when you come up. Let's do 2 more. Curve the pelvis under, rolling back. Catch the balance as you come up. Last one. Curve the pelvis under, rolling back. And catch the balance as you come up. All right, well done, guys. Let's put the soles of the feet together. We're just going to take a quick stretch forward. So let's drop the chin. We're going to roll down through the neck. Upper back, middle back, all the way down. Let's take 2 deep breaths at the bottom here. We'll take an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay, lovely, guys. We're going to come all the way up. Let's come around to face the front. We're going to go into a bit of a shoulder pump next. Yeah. So this is very, very simple. Again, you can do this one with light weights if you've got them. And it's just, again, to get blood into the deltoid, up into the shoulder joint, into upper trapezius. This is great if you've been sat at your desk and everything's seizing up a bit. This is way more effective than trying to stretch it. So let's start. We're going to take the arms out to the side. We're going to do 20 little circles each way. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Then the other way. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Then we're going to stay still for 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Guys, keep the arms up there. We're going to take them forwards now. I've got my hands shoulder height, exactly the same thing here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Other way. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's stay for 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And relax the arms down. Okay, so right at the top of the class, we just did a little bit to kind of mobilize the neck gently. Let's do it now. You should find it moves a little bit easier than it did earlier. That's just because we pump blood around that point. So let's turn the chin over the shoulder. It should go a little bit easier now. Back into the middle. And then the other way. Into the middle. Then let's look down at the floor. And then look forwards. And then gently up to the ceiling. And then forwards again. Yeah, good. All right, guys, we're going to go on to all fours again in a second. We're going to do an exercise to pump the hip extensor and the hamstring. Hip extensor is just a posh word for your butt, yeah? So let's take knees hip distance apart, toes are tucked underneath, and I'm going to go down onto my elbows for this one. I've got my hands linked together, and I'm going to make sure pretty much that my elbow is, my shoulder is stacked over my elbow, and my knee is under my hip. I'm keeping the leg bent. We're going to lift 8 times on one leg, 8 times on the other. This is the area we're trying to engage. So off we go. Let's lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and last one, 8. Okay, let's do that on the other side. Off we go. We're going to lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one more, 8. All right, relax there, guys. Let's take the weight off the hands. Give them a little bit of a shake. Okay, we're going to go onto all fours again, but this time we're going to be up on the hands, not the elbows. We're going to have the knees together, toes tucked underneath. Yeah, so off we go. Let's take wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, knees are together. I've got my toes tucked underneath. What we're going to do is just lift the knees up and down, just off the floor. Let's do 10 of these. It is a little bit harder than it sounds, yeah? So off we go, and let's lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Okay, relax back, take the weight off the hands, give them another little shake. Okay, so now you know what that one is. We're going to do it one more time. And like we have with a couple of other exercises, now we're going to do the breathing. Let's lift the knees on the exhale. It makes the exercise way more effective. So it's not wrong if you don't breathe fully when you're doing all this mat work. It's just a case of how effective you want it to be. So with the exhale, we're lifting the knees. Inhale, they're going to go back down. So let's do it. 10 more, guys. It's an inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift. Inhale, back. Exhale, lift. Inhale, back. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Wow, and relax. Well done, guys. Again, just give the hands a little bit of a shake. It could be, it's quite common as well, guys. It's quite common, quite a lot of people say, you know, to have that position on the hands, that angle of the wrist, it's just not comfortable for a lot of people. That doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. It's just how it is for some. One thing that you can do, and I'm not massive on props, but this is a good one, is get some push-up handles. They're about €5 or so. You don't need to spend more than that. And what it does is it just eliminates that angle of the wrist. You'll be able to hold onto a push-up handle, You'll be about like this, the wrist stays straight, and then all this stuff on all fours on the hands makes it much more comfortable, and then you can really work. Yep. All right, so anyway, we're going to go back onto the elbows now, and we're going to do the absolute dreaded full plank, yeah? Let's do today, and I'll talk you through this step by step, especially if you're not used to it. Let's do it today. Let's do, yeah, we did this a few weeks ago. It was hard, but it was good. Let's do 3 sets of 20-second planks on the elbows. I'm going to cue exactly how you get into it, and I will cue the breathing when we're there. And let me grab my clock as well so I make sure it's 20 seconds. All right, guys, so let's come down onto the elbows. You can have the hands apart or link the fingers together, doesn't matter. Before we kick off, we're going to take one leg behind, and you're going to keep that leg really straight and really engaged. Before we take the second leg back, you're going to pull your lower belly up into your lower back. Then you're going to take the second leg back, squeeze the legs together, squeeze the glutes, and we're staying here for 20 seconds. So let's take an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, relax the knees down, take the weight off the hands. Okay, good. So again, if you do it like that, or if you can get it generally like that, you're going to be working the core way more effectively, yeah? So squeezing the legs together helps to keep the glutes engaged, inner thigh working. Doing it with that idea of inhaling with the nose, exhaling out through your mouth like you've got a straw in your mouth, or you're blowing out a candle. That will keep the core working nicely as well. Let's do the second set. So out we go. Onto the elbows, link the fingers together if you wish. We're going to take one leg behind, lock out that leg, pull the belly up into the spine, squeeze the second leg in, squeeze the glutes, and 20 seconds here. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, nice. Whew. One left to go, guys. One left to go. You also might find, especially if you do even longer than 20 seconds, that at some point some muscles start to shake a little bit. On me, it's normally around the front of my torso here. It will start to shake. That's not a sign that you're not strong enough to do it. That's just a sign that the muscles are starting to really work and strengthen. So don't get put off if the shake happens. That's not a signal for you to come back down and relax. If you can just stay up there a little bit longer and work through the shake, that's how you can get stronger. So let's do one last set, guys. Link the fingers together, elbows on the floor, shoulders over elbows. We're going to take one leg behind, lock out that leg, pull the belly up into the spine, squeeze the second leg back, and we'll take an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, relax all the way down this time, guys. Toes together, knees apart. Let's reach the arms forwards, take the forehead on the floor, and we're just going to relax here for 4 lovely deep breaths. Okay, let's take an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, so let's pick up the belly. We're going to roll up through the spine. Nice and easy vertebra, leaving the head to the end. All right, so I started this class about 50 minutes ago. So I know that I'm super warmed up now and ready to do some bigger stretches, yeah? If you've just jumped in and you're not that warmed up, maybe sit these out. That's what I'd recommend. But if you've been going for at least a good 25 minutes, 30 minutes, give this one a go. All right, let's start off then with the classic, the big hip flexor stretch, guys. I'm sure you're all fairly familiar with this one. I've done it in different classes before. So we're up on the knees. I'm going to take my right foot out in front, And I've got my foot just a little bit further forward than my knee, so I'm not starting here, but a little bit further forwards. Nice and straight in the hips and the pelvis. Going to pop my hands on my right thigh, and then I'm going to imagine that somebody is gently pushing me forwards from my sacrum. That's the back of your pelvis, yeah? So gently pushing me forwards, and then I get a really nice stretch all the way down the front of my thigh, my hip here. It is intense, but it is pain-free. It's pain-free for here, although very intense, and it's pain-free absolutely for the lower back. So make sure that's how it's working for you. We're going to stay here. Let's take 4 breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay, let's just gently rock back out of that and we'll do it on the other side. All right, so I'm going to take my left foot out in front, straight in the hips and the pelvis, pop my hands onto my thigh, and it's like somebody's gently pushing me forwards from my sacrum, keeping the chest open, the spine straight. Okay, 4 breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay, gently coming all the way back. All right, we're going to do a little variation next of what most people know as a downward dog, yeah? Let's do it a few times with bent legs, yeah? If your hamstrings are tight and you do it with bent legs, then you can really lengthen out through the spine. If your hamstrings are tight and you try to go into straight legs, then you lose a little bit of the length through the spine. But anyway, we're going to do both. We're going to do a couple of times with bent legs, a couple of times with straight. So let's start off with bent. And with bent legs, this is a great way to open out the shoulder joint as well. I love it. All right, tuck the toes underneath. I've got my knees hip distance apart. Let's take an inhale to lift the knees, and on the exhale, we're pushing back to bent legs. So tailbone up, head down, neck relaxed. 2 breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay, gently pop the knees back down again. Give the hands a little bit of a shake, and we'll do that exactly the same thing one more time. So out we go. Let's take an inhale to lift the knees, and on the exhale, back you push, tailbone up, head down, relax the neck. 2 breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay, coming all the way back down again. Take the weight off the hands, give them a little bit of a shake. And let's do 2 now with straight legs, or as straight as you can get them, yeah? So back out we come, tuck the toes under. We're going to take an inhale to lift the knees. And on the exhale, back you push to straight legs. 2 breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, gently down we go. One more time. Give the hands a quick little shake. And last one, guys. So out we come. Toes are tucked underneath. Let's take an inhale to lift the knees. And on the exhale, back you go. 2 more breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Nice. All right, gently pop the knees down. And again, just give the hands a little bit of a shake. All right, we're going to go into one of my favorites now. This is what I call a side stretch over. So for me, I feel it mainly down the side of my body, sometimes up into my shoulder a little bit, and a little bit into the inner thigh as well on one leg. So we've got both legs pushing forwards. I'm picking my right foot up now. I'm going to put it to the inside of my left leg. Yeah, I'm going to stretch the right arm up to the ceiling. Left arm is just in front here. Let's take an inhale to reach up. And on the exhale, we're going to go sideways and over. Let's take 4 breaths here. We'll take an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay, slowly and gently coming all the way up, guys. We'll do that on the other side. All right, so let's pick the left leg up. Put it to the inside of the right. We're going to stretch the left arm up to the ceiling. We'll take an inhale to reach up, and then exhaling sideways and over. Okay, 4 more breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, guys, coming all the way up and round. Okay, let's come round cross-legged. And as I said at the beginning, I know it's super common, guys. A lot of you get tight around the neck, shoulders, and the upper back. And of course, it doesn't help if you have a desk job. This just makes things a little bit more worse. Like I said, I've been going now 55 minutes, so it makes sense for me now to do some very gentle neck stretches. But when I say gentle, I really mean that. And if you have just popped on and everything's feeling a bit tight around there, it's probably best to leave this next one out. Okay, anyway, follow me, guys. We're going to slide a hand across the lower back. I'm going to take the other arm up and over the top. And I'm going to have my fingertips just lightly touching my ear there. Very gently, guys, just let the head go over to the side. So I'm not pulling it. I'm just letting the weight of my hand, a little bit of gravity, take the head over to the side. So let's hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's enough. Okay, so coming all the way back. Let's do that on the other side. All right, hand across the lower back. Other arm up and over the top. Let the fingers just gently touch the ear. We're going to go very easy over to the side. And as you go, or what I do anyways, I open my mouth a little bit. I make like a zombie face. And that just helps stretch up into the jaw as well, which feels great. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's come all the way back. So we're going to add a little bit into that now. Same thing. Slide the hand across the lower back. Other arm up and over the top, fingers by the ears. So we're going to go back over to the side first. That's what we've already done. Then we're going to turn the head into the arm. Slide the hand round and down to pretty much where your head meets your neck, and just gently drop the chin here. So for some of you, if you are really tight there, you might feel it all the way down to the shoulder blade. That's okay. Or you might just feel it more around the side to the back of the neck. Okay, we're going to come slowly up. And again, I'm not pulling my head there with my hand at all. Yeah, I'm keeping it really gentle. On the other side, hand across the lower back, other arm up and over the top, fingers by the ears. So it's over to the side first, and then when you're there, turn the head into the arm, slide the hand round and down to where your head meets your neck, and just gently drop the chin. And we'll stay here. Take a couple of breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, lovely guys, we can come all the way back up, and we're just going to finish off today with one last roll down through the spine. Yeah, so for that one, guys, take the soles of the feet together and put them wherever it's comfortable. They don't have to be all the way up here unless that's comfortable for you. You can take them a little bit further forwards, and if you have to move them when you're down there, no problem. So let's take an inhale. And on the exhale, you're going to drop the chin. We're going to roll down through the 7 little vertebrae of the neck, the 12 vertebrae of your thoracic spine. That's where your rib cage connects to your back. There's 12 there. Then we get to the 5 big chunky lumbar vertebrae at the bottom. And we're going to stay down here, and we're going to take 4 deep breaths. So let's take an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, guys, so picking up the belly, we're going to roll back up through the 5 lumbar vertebrae, then back up through the 12 thoracic vertebrae, and then we've got the 7 little vertebrae in the neck. Those are your cervical vertebrae. And then you're going to pick the head up at the end. All right, brilliant, guys. Thanks for joining the stream. Let me know in the comments if you want to have a look at anything next week. Enjoy the rest of Thursday. See you next time. Bye-bye.